What's going on, Facebook fam? I want to address this real quick because it has been literally driving me crazy. I can't even perceptualize how in the world are we living in a time in a country that we are so adamantly supportive of criminal activity in lieu of offending people. This is what has literally made me frustrated, angry, you name it. It's how I feel about this thing. Everybody has heard about Mollie Tibbetts, but a few people are presenting access to truth and facts regarding what's going on with this young lady and the bigger picture of illegal immigration in this country. It is shameful that you can go online right now and you can put in Mollie Tibbetts, you can look at the articles, and you see news outlets who are supposed to be impartial information sources literally categorize this murder, this senseless murder, this pointless murder, this preventable murder. They categorize it as a man arrested, undocumented, suspect in his crime. They won't even call the man for what he is. He's an illegal alien. He's not an illegal immigrant because the word immigrant is legal. You're not an immigrant if you're illegal. That don't go together. You're either an immigrant or you're not an immigrant. Illegal alien. And people are saying, oh, the people on the right or the Republicans are making this, political. Listen, nobody is even, we won't even go political. This is a human rights, national security disaster. Because Mollie isn't the only one. If she was the only one, and the murder of an individual, a young, aspiring young lady, jogging down the street, stalked, murdered. I guarantee you she got raped. I guarantee you he sexually assaulted her, raped, brutalized, left for dead in a cornfield to rot and stink and get eaten by insects. This person do not care. No mercy. Zero mercy for this young lady. And then conveniently enough, he forgets at the moment where he murders this young lady for no reason. He blacks out and wakes up to her being in the trunk of his car. God help me. As sure as I'm sitting here today, that could not be my daughter. We don't need justice system, nothing. If that was my daughter, it'd be game over. I can already give my plea deal. Y'all already know what's going to happen. Y'all need to get the paperwork ready. I'm not going to resist. I'm not going to flee. I'll show up at the courthouse. I don't even need you to arrest me. I'll be in the courthouse if that was my daughter. And that man did her like that. And you know what the people on the left are doing? They are disregarding this as if this is not a major issue in this country. So what I want to do is I want to give you guys some facts. Because I think people think it's a game. As a former police officer on the border, in a border state, I served in Tucson, Arizona, literally Mexico 2.0. Y'all think that this illegal immigration is a game. These people coming over here aren't all coming over here because they just want some work. They're not coming over here just because they're looking for a better life. Listen, let me set this straight. People who come here from Mexico, they're not coming here just for a better life. They're coming here for utopia. They're coming here for paradise. They don't want just an upgraded life. They can do that in Mexico. They're coming for the American dream, which is paradise. You cannot get that anywhere in the world. And you do not deserve that by just walking over here across the border. You don't deserve paradise. People died, suffered, sacrificed everything to be in paradise, aka the United States of America. And if you want to become a part of paradise, you need to go the legal route, like everybody else did. But anyway, let's get to this illegal immigration thing. They want to paint the picture to you guys that it's a bunch of women and children coming over here looking for a better opportunity. First of all, a lot of these people come over here, they're unaccompanied. They're not even accompanied by a parent. Then they come over here through coyotes who rape them and leave them dead in the middle of the desert. Let's not even talk about that. Let's move on to some more factual stuff. So I went and looked this up because I've seen it with my own eyes. I just because some of y'all need facts and numbers to put it in perspective for you. I'm just gonna give you about 4 facts that you can digest that can give you a perspective of the reason why our president and the reason why people with common sense and a connected brainstem understands that this is a problem that we need to address. This is the biggest issue in this country, just about one of the biggest issues in this country that's 100% preventable. Let me give you some stats. So if an FBI study, you can look this up at your own will. I'll put the article in the description section so you can look it up on your own and then prove me right or wrong. This is all sourced out material. This is all sources. So you can look it up on your own. I'll put the link for you. FBI study showed the criminal involvement of illegal aliens statistically. 75% of those on the most wanted list in Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Albuquerque, the most wanted criminal list in Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Albuquerque are illegal aliens. 75% of the people on the most wanted list in LA, Phoenix, Albuquerque. A quarter of the inmates in California detention center are Mexican nationals, as are more than 40% of all inmates in Arizona and 48% in New Mexico's jail are all illegals. Over 53% of all investigated burglaries reported in California, New Mexico, Nevada, Arizona, and Texas are perpetuated by illegal aliens. 63%, and I've seen this as a police officer almost every day I'm on duty. 63% of cited drivers in Arizona who have no license, no insurance, no registration on a vehicle. 63% of those that have been cited, 97% are illegal. 66% of the people cited in New Mexico for no license, no insurance, no registration. Let me make sure I get these numbers right. 63% of all that's cited in Arizona, no license, no insurance, no registration, are illegal. 97% are illegal in New Mexico. And 66% of the people cited, 98% of those are illegal immigrants. I'm going to put the thing in there so you can read it yourself. Just put that in perspective. And I'll put the stats in perspective for you. When I would pull over somebody who had, this happened every time. And so many people we couldn't even catch. They have no license, no registration, no insurance. These people do not belong in this country. They were not legal citizens. Did they get deported? Half of the time they did not get deported. And then you go hit and runs, DUIs, and fatal accidents involving a hit and run. Majority of those people are either, and I say DUIs. Majority of the people who do hit and runs, who kill people and never stay at the scene, they're either drunk or they're illegal. One of the two. Everybody I've arrested have that same scenario. Most reasonable people in America don't hit people, run them over, and keep going. The reason why people do that, and more times than not, is because if you're drunk, you're going to jail for the rest of your life. Whether you kill them or not, you hit somebody and run. I mean, there's thousands of hit and runs we have. The fatalities are the one where if you're drunk, you're doing the rest of your life in prison, so they flee. If you're illegal, you're going to do probably the rest of your life in prison or you're going to get deported, so they flee. Basic hit and runs where nobody dies, I would almost imagine probably 75% of those are illegal people. Because you hit somebody's car, you can't stay around because you have no license, no insurance, no vehicle registration. You don't even have an identity, and you're not supposed to be in this country. So the chances of you sticking around in a traffic accident is slim to none. I have arrested people. I have found people, investigated people who were illegal, who did the same thing. They hit somebody's car, they run. And all of you people who want to argue this point, you're not going to win this debate. You're not going to win this argument. You're arguing on emotions. I'm arguing on experiences. That young lady was stalked down and murdered by an illegal immigrant who shouldn't have been in this country. You can look at all the other cases. People getting deported 15, 16. Now, I'm not going to exaggerate. People getting deported 5 and 6 times. Committed 10, 15 felonies. And I'm going to give you another statistic. I was just reading this. I give you another statistic. And y'all can look at this on your own time. It was a study in 2007. The Government Accessibility Office studied 55, and they went and they picked 55,000. I'm gonna round it because it's 55,322. I don't want to say all that. About 55,000 illegal aliens. Their analysis discovered that there were, when you combine the number, there were 459,000 arrests. So these 55,000 people were arrested 459,000 times. If you do the math, that's about 8 arrests per illegal alien. That's 8 arrests per person out of only 55,000 people that they follow. 70% had between 2 and 10 arrests. 26%, which is about 15,000, had 11 or more arrests. This is only 55,000 people that they're monitoring. You don't have to believe me. I'm going to put the article there, and there's sources to every fact on this article presented at the bottom. Complete sourced out. You telling me 55,000 people, they average about 8 arrests apiece? See, but they don't want to tell you this on the mainstream media because they need these votes. They don't need these people to be demonized. And I'm not saying every illegal that come over here is a criminal. But what I'm saying is that there's a huge criminal element within this immigration stuff, and they don't want you to talk about it. They don't want to be legitimate about it. And it's a shame that that young lady lost her life to a person that shouldn't have been in this country. And I pray to God that justice is served for this young lady. Because out in San Diego, or was San Francisco, when the young lady got killed because the illegal was in the wash messing with a gun and they fired and it ended up hitting her, that man had no business being in this country. He had been deported several times, had felony criminal record, and his excuse was that he didn't know what was in the bag and then pulled the trigger on the gun and shot this girl. At minimum, that is negligence. He should have done the rest of his life in prison. You didn't cause the death of another person, and you ain't even supposed to be here anyway. These people do not deserve the rights that Americans get. You are not a citizen in this country. You do not deserve to be here. If you commit a crime, we have the discretion to do whatever we want to do to you. You are not a citizen in this country. So, long story short, and I'm gonna be done with this. All of these millions of people who shouldn't even be here, who are violating the privilege of people who have fought in this country. You could look at the 13th Amendment or the 14th Amendment. It does not apply to illegals. You know, people obtaining birthrights, African people who were slaves in this country, who were afforded citizenship through you could say through being what they call now anchor babies. That stuff was meant for African slaves who were now citizens of this country and deserved the rights of this country. When they had children, they become American citizens, naturalized Americans. Not illegal people coming over in this country. Black people went through slavery for hundreds of years to have that right. Illegal people didn't go through that. You are not a part of this country. You didn't build this country. You have nothing to do with America. You come over here the right way or you don't come over here. And I'd be darned if these idiots conflate the two between the history of African Americans in this country and illegal people coming across the border. Now, if you had blood and sweat and flesh from getting beat and working hard in the field to build America, and they give you the right for your children and your children's children to be American citizens, then so be it. You ain't have that right. You didn't fight to be legalized in this country. You came over here illegal. You ain't the same, my man. You are not the same. And until these people on the left understand that, rationalize that, then I will never accept the principles that they stand on. I'm off here. I didn't say it enough. I appreciate y'all watching. Thank y'all for the support. This is gonna go up on the YouTube as well. Follow me on my social media, The Officer Tatum, on my Instagram, Twitter, whatever the case may be, man. If you like this video, share this video. Like this video 100 times hit the like button, because we need the message to be out there. And people are afraid to tell the truth. They don't want to make illegal immigrants sound bad. Not every illegal immigrant is a criminal, but there's a whole bunch of criminals. Out of millions of people, 55,000 people with at least 8 arrests is enough, especially when they shouldn't be here. God bless y'all. I'll see y'all later.